Hey there, Saki here from SAKITECH, and in today's video I want to share 10 amazing tips and tricks to customize your Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Now this is a smartphone I use on a daily basis, and these tactics allow me to fully personalize the Note 8 to my own sense of style. So let's dive in and discover them all. Also, if you're wondering what case I'm using, please see the link in the description box below. This is a fantastic case that protects my Note 8 and also keeps it stylish. Alright, let's dive in and discover. Alright, so the very first thing I want you guys to do is go to the settings and actually change the name of your device. So you want to go all the way down and you want to go into About Phone, and from here it's going to say Device Name. You tap on this and you give your device a unique name. So whenever you're actually connecting to a Bluetooth device or any other device, this is the name your phone is going to show up as opposed to a weird serial number. So if I go to my car and I connect my Galaxy Note 8 to my car via Bluetooth, this is the name that's going to appear, and it's going to allow me to distinguish this device more clearly. So change the name of your Galaxy Note 8 as a first step to personalize it. Now the next thing I want to talk about is called the face widgets. So basically, if you go to the lock screen over here, you're going to see the clock and the date. But what you can do is you can just swipe over and you have access to a bunch of widgets. So over here I have the face widget known as the music player. If I scroll over one more time, you're going to see the next alarms that you may have set up. And if you scroll one more time, you're going to get access to your calendar. Now these may be enabled or disabled by default depending on where you got your phone from. So let's go in and tweak the settings to show you how to actually enable them. So obviously go to the settings really quick. And then what you want to do is you want to go to the lock screen and security, tap on it, and at the bottom here it's going to say information and face widgets. So if you tap on this guy, the second option is the one you want to go into. You tap on that, and that allows you to actually enable or disable them, and also you can reorder them. So if you didn't want the next alarm, you can disable that, and if today's schedule is more important than the music controller, you can tap on reorder and you can bring this to the top. Now that's going to show up in the first place, music controller number 2 and next alarm number 3. So let's go back here, just take a look at it real quick. So as you can see, these are my calendar entries, and that's going to be my music player in the order that I chose to set it. And one more tip relating to the lock screen: if you go back into the settings, go to lock screen and security, go right there, information, and go to contact information. If you tap this, you can put a quote, you can put your name, you can put contact information in case your phone gets stolen. I don't use it for that option, I use it for personalization. But you could have a quote here, or you could have your name or any nickname in here. When you click done and you go to the lock screen, you'll see that it's going to say SAKITECH at the bottom right under that date. So that's absolutely fantastic. Nice little subtle touch of customization. And one final thing with the lock screen, if you scroll down over here, you can tap on app shortcuts. If you tap the app shortcuts, that allows you to change the left and right shortcut that is found on the bottom of your screen. So again, if I go over here to the lock screen, I have the phone and the camera. That's something I may not want. You can make changes. You can tap on this guy and basically pick any app that you want. So I can put, let's just say, the calculator app on this side. And over here I can have the Chrome application, and then when I go back out to the lock screen, as you can see, I have calculator and Chrome, and I can just swipe right over to in fact enable them for quick and easy access. Absolutely fantastic. Let's move on to the next tip. The next thing I want to talk about is that navigation bar at the bottom here, the home button, the recents button, and the back button. So you can actually make a lot of customizations to this thing over here. So let's go to the settings really quick. Oops, that's the airplane mode. Let's go to the settings over here. Go to display and scroll down to the navigation bar. Tap on the navigation bar and you have a full customization screen. The first thing is you can actually show and hide the button. That button is that little black dot right over here. You can disable that and that thing just disappears. If you enable it, it gives you the option to tap on it at any screen. Double tap it, I mean, and that makes the navigation bar disappear, giving you a full screen experience in any app that you launch. Okay, so that's why it's there. You can always swipe back up here, tap it again, double tap it to just lock it into place. But if you want it to actually go away, in case you're in an app that you want a full screen view, such as a Photos application, you can double tap this, it disappears, and then pull it up just like that, double tap it again, fixes into place. You can also disable this if you don't need, so that's going to stay there at all times. But the other things you can do, obviously, you can change the background color of this thing. It's a transparent color, but you can pick from these different options. You can have this pink color, a little bit lighter pink, purplish. So I like to keep it at the purple option. It gives you a nice little separation from the actual screen. And of course, the next thing I want to talk about is these two things right here. This one here is actually something that's my favorite. It allows you to hard press the home button, and that's the home button right there, okay? This area right here. It allows you to hard press the home button and unlock your screen with it. So if I was actually outside here, let's say I turn off my phone, I can hard press, the button is going to show up right there. I can hard press it, and that unlocks my smartphone as long as I don't have a password. If I have a password or a PIN number, it takes you to that screen so you can put your PIN number or scan your eyes. But it's an option I like to see. Let's go back there at the bottom, navigation bar. So make sure you enable these two if you want to do exactly what I just did. And finally here, a very simple option. It says button layout. If you tap this guy, you can change the order of this recents key and the back button. So if I tap this, recents come here, back goes there. It's more comfortable for some people, but I've been used to this one, so I'm going to keep it the back button here and the recents right here. Okay, so that's a navigation bar customization. Now, one of the biggest things I like with the home screen of the Samsung is there's a lot of stuff going on here that a lot of people don't realize. For example, let's say that I wanted to reorder my homepage. Let's say that I want to take 3 apps from this screen and I want to put them on this screen. What you would usually do is you can move them one by one, just like that, but that is a pain in the ass. It takes forever. So what I do is, what you can do is you can go over here, you can basically tap and hold on one of these guys, and that brings up a menu, and then you can say select multiple items. Now you have the ability to select multiple items. So let's say I want to grab this, the Amazon Music app, and the calculator, and I want to move them all at the same time to the other home screen. So all I do is press and hold, they get grouped together, and then I can move it right over, dump it anywhere on the screen, and they're going to go right there. And then after I do that, I can press and hold on the home screen and tap this button here at the bottom, and it says align items on page. You click apply, boom, they drop all the way to the bottom. Now if you wanted to drop them to the top, you could have pressed this button, and that moves them to the top. Okay, so these are some of the reasons I really enjoy Samsung smartphones, because they do give you these options a lot of other phones do not have. And of course, the next thing I want to talk about is if you pull up from the screen, swipe up from the screen anywhere, you come to the app drawer. Now, some people like to have a physical app drawer at the bottom. Some Android phones come that way. You can do that as well on the Note 8. So all you want to do is you want to press and hold on the screen, go to home screen settings, and then go to apps button. You tap this guy, you say show apps button, click apply, you go back out. Now you will have an apps button. So instead of swiping up, you can also tap on this. It takes you into the app drawer. So that's fantastic. And the other thing is, if you swipe down, on some phones, this is actually turned off, but you can actually set this so the notifications panel comes down. Again, press and hold, go to home screen settings, and then tap on quick open notification panel. Now, if you had this disabled, you cannot bring it down. It goes to the app drawer. Okay, so it goes this way app drawer, this way app drawer, this way app drawer. So it's better to have it home screen settings, quick panel, and then I can swipe it down from anywhere on the screen to quickly check my notifications. All right, let's move on to the next tip. The next tip also has to do with the home screen. It's a very easy thing to do. You can go to the home screen, pick a folder. After you make a folder, you can tap on that folder, tap this color palette over here, and just change the color of that folder so you can color code your folders for a better effect. So I can go to this one, make it blue, looks fantastic. I can go to the app drawer also and do the same thing within my actual apps. So let's see if there's a folder somewhere here. There has to be somewhere. There we go. You can do the same exact thing within your app drawer. There we go. So that's green now. Fantastic. All right, so the next tip has to do with your messages application. So let's launch that real quick. It's something we use all the time. Now, if you go right into it, it's pretty bland. You have a white background and you can just write into it and just send a message, and everything is within a white background. You can actually change that background to anything that you please, as well as some built-in options. What you want to do is you want to go to the main settings screen, messages screen, then tap this icon to go into the settings, and from here you can tap on backgrounds, and you have all these nice options you can pick from if you wanted to, or you can go into your gallery and pick a photo of anything you want, your loved ones, your pets, your car, whatever you desire. So when you go back out into your text message, now it's not as boring. When you're talking to somebody, you have a nice little background to enjoy. All right, so that is for the messages. And of course, the other app that we use all the time is our phone app. So launch the phone application, and all you want to do is, again, go to the settings over here, go into the settings, and then here, look for the options that says answering and ending calls. You tap on this guy here, and it allows you to actually use the volume button to answer a call and a power button to end a call. So if somebody calls me right now, instead of swiping on the screen, I can simply click the volume button, and that's going to accept the call. Or when I'm done talking to somebody, I want to hang up. If I'm the first person to hang up, I can simply press the power key to end the call, this power key, and that just ends the call. It's very convenient, nice and hardware mapping. It's very convenient. I do always enjoy hardware mapping of useful buttons. And of course, you have this one right here. I would recommend that you keep this off. This is just automatic answering. So if somebody calls you and your phone rings twice, it's going to actually answer the call automatically, as long as a headset or a Bluetooth device is connected. So it could be convenient, but it could also be inconvenient because it may answer calls you don't want to take. All right, so that was the last tip, guys. All right, so that brings us to the end of this video, and I hope you learned a bunch of cool tips to customize your Note 8. And again, if you're interested in this case, link to check it out is down below. Now make sure to subscribe to SAKITECH and click that notifications bell icon to get instant notifications when I upload a new video. And do not forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at SAKITECH Online.